Hi guys, happy Saturday. Let's chat about some events. And this is something that I love. This is something I've been doing a very long time. I kind of jumped right into working events almost as soon as I started Cincy. I started Cincy in December, and I started actually working events like maybe in February of 2010. And so what I did when I started seeking events, first of all, I didn't have products. All I had was my kit. So I started seeking places to go just to get the word out. I knew I needed to get the word out because I was not really working Facebook then. I didn't really know how, but I knew I needed to get the word out. And my way of getting the word out there was to locate events. So I went to the Google search and just searched events in my area. Then I had a list of the schools in my area. Then I had a list of hair salons in my area. And I had a list of car dealerships in my area. I had a list of churches. Then every now and again, I would go to social media and ask people if they knew of anyone hosting an event. So I kept digging and searching and digging and searching, and my list kept getting longer and longer and longer. Well, I remember booking one event. It was they had about maybe 1,000 people come through there. So I didn't have only my kit. So I asked my sponsor if he would join in and one of my team members. So between the three of us, each one of us had like one warmer and our testers. And it wasn't a whole lot that we had, but we were able to get out there. It didn't matter that we didn't have much. We got out there. We didn't even know what we were doing, but we got out there to meet people. So this is a process. It's a process, something that we learn as we go. We made a lot of mistakes. A lot of them, I've learned from those mistakes. I remember the first very large event that I worked was a home show, and I still have that home show. And then I also did a fundraising event. I'll never forget this particular event. So when I say fundraising event, there are actually companies out there who choose individuals to help them raise money for their auxiliary. You have to go out there and ask people about that. Ask people, you know of such a thing? Do you know of a cause that I can help support? They're out there. So I remember them telling me that I was required to have enough products to fill 6 tables. And I knew I didn't have that much, but I said, yes, I do. But what I did, I took my kit, my testers, and decoration and spread it over 6 tables because I want to get my foot in the door. So if I get my foot in the door, I'm going to build and grow. So with the first home show that I had team members. So I asked them, could they help me split the cost? I think this home show was like $1,200. Like I didn't have enough money for that. So it was 10 of us, and each one of us paid $120. Some of them were not even on my team. But I just wanted to get our foot in the door. And each of us only had our kit. We even took photographs from one of my team members, real savvy with photographs. She even took pictures, took them to Walmart and had them blown up and hung the pictures in the booth. We even brought furniture from home and set it up in the booth just to make it look homey looking because we didn't have enough stuff to fill it up. Our goal is to meet people and connect with people. That was the purpose of being there. We knew we were not making money. We knew we were not making money because we didn't have stuff to sell. It was all about getting out there and making those connections. That's what it was all about. It's about making those connections. So guys, that's what this business is about. What are you doing to make those connections? Now, wax samples. I did have my wax samples. I watched YouTube to learn how to make my wax samples. And back then I was melting them. And it took a longer period of time to melt the wax samples. And I got my business cards. But since then, I have to do things in a frugal way. I use a wavy knife to get the information out there. Because what I want to do, I want to grow my followers. I want to grow my network. Because I want to keep having somebody to talk to. One thing about this business, guys, you can make as much money as you choose to work. If you really want this business to grow, this business can do whatever you need to do. So here I am, fast forward, guys, almost 13 years into doing this. Let me give you a recap of my event this past week. So I've been doing this event for almost 13 years. So I always make sure I have sufficient amount of bars. I make sure I have sufficient amount of warmers. I make sure I have the bulbs, the room sprays. So I have a little bit of everything. I like fragrance flowers and the pet products. I don't have as much, but I'm going to have a little bit of everything there. Now, let me tell you what people buy the most. Of course, they're going to buy more bars because they got warmers. They're going to buy light bulbs because they need those bulbs to replace the bulbs. I mean, they need to replace those bulbs. But let me tell you the newest thing that I've been selling a lot of, and that's our washer whiffs. I mean, one of my customers bought 4 tubs of washer whiffs. 4. That's a huge addiction with that. I mean, I know I got to place a big order to replace all that. He said, I want what you have in your personal stash because I know you got some of those tubs at home. This is a customer that's been my customer for a long time. So another customer came in. These are a lot of guys. Another customer came in and said, I want some bars, but I want you to pick them out. He said, I want to buy 6. To buy 5, get 1 free deal, but I want you to pick them all out. Surprise me. How in the world can I surprise somebody when I haven't used it myself? So I use my products so I can be able to tell people what I like and what a lot of other people like. Like, what is your best selling product? People ask that question. So the only way to tell people that is that you're using the products. And let me tell you something else, guys. Those relationships that I build while I'm there. I had so many talks with customers. I even took selfies with some of my customers and I posted it on Facebook. I have an album with my customers because I want them to know I appreciate them. Then with my QR code, I'm going to add them to my VIP group. I'm making these connections, guys, getting new connections. And this is how you grow. One lady, she came in the room where I was almost every day. She said, I love your personality. She said, I look forward to seeing you. This is a customer saying this now. I met her for the first time last 2 months ago. She's even bought something on my website since I met her the first time. Guys, when you make these connections with people, they bond with you. They want to stay connected with you. I know a lot about their kids. I know a lot about their pets. I know a lot about their family because they share that with me. This is what I get when I work events, guys. I'm having real conversations with people to let them know that I care. And they know about me because I'm sharing things as well. My brother's there, my nephew is there, and they know them. They'll say, oh, my brother is so sweet. He's going to hand out a sample and a flyer to each person who comes to me. He's going to do that. He knows to do that. He said, here's a sample. My brother's autistic. So he'll say, here's a sample. They don't say no to him. And guess what, guys? When I work these events, I have so many old catalogs. I have so many old flyers. I pass them out at my events. And I let people know this is not the up-to-date version, but when you go to my website, you can pull up the current information. So don't throw away anything. You know, even your old testers, you can use your old testers to book basket parties. So guys, when you think about events, don't worry about what is big or small. The goal is to get out there and make those connections, meet new people, build relationships. So every time I complete, and let me tell you this, guys, diffusers. I don't care what size your event is, get you some diffusers. The flashing lights grab their attention every time. I always have 3. So the 3 lights changing, people will see them from a distance. And, you know, a lot of my shows that I work, a lot of the vendors just sit there and constantly watch the colors changing in the diffusers. And it piques their interest because it's doing that. When they see the mist come out, They're like, oh, I got to see what that's all about. What is that all about? Even if they don't buy the diffusers, guys, they buy something because those diffusers brought them over here. The diffusers are like, come on over here, baby. We know you want to come over here. Come over, baby. Come over, baby. That's what those diffusers say. Come, baby. Come see me. Come see me. So when they come over there, you got a chance to talk to them. So what I always do, oh, I know you love those diffusers. So do I. I love them myself. They're just so calming. The light changing option is everything. But I also let them know, I tell them the benefits of the diffuser, let them know what I have, where I have it. Then I'll say, look, do you have a Scentsy warmer already? And if they say no, I'll say, now let's go over here to the Scentsy warmer first, because the Scentsy warmers will really throw the fragrance out there. They're going to really throw the fragrance. Now, I'm not trying to talk you out of the diffuser, but I want you to know that it's not going to give you that scent throw like the warmers unless you place a whole lot of oil in there. Because people a lot of times think because it's big that it's going to really kick that fragrance out. And the smell that they're smelling is blueberry cheesecake. That's what I use. And they really think that the blueberry cheesecake is coming from the diffusers. That's what they think. And I'll tell them, no, it's just water. That's just all that. You're not getting the smell from that. You're getting the smell from the warmers. But it gives me a chance to talk to people because they see the diffusers. And because of that, this week, guys, I sold 6 diffusers. 6 diffusers. Sold 6 of them. So don't underestimate the power of the beauty of our products. Our products are eye-catching. You don't even have to do a lot of extra decorating because the display alone will draw people over there to you. If you don't have products yet and you just got your kit, that's attractive. The kit is attractive. It really, really is. If you set that up in a way to draw people over there with that, just have it displayed, the testers, the warmer, the catalogs. I've done that before. I had to do that before. As a matter of fact, guys, some of my events, I still do that because some of the events may last 2 or 3 hours. So I don't want to take all that stuff if it's on that short period of time. I'm just going to take a handful of stuff so I can be in and out just like that. And something else I would say, guys, I have a wagon. Actually, I have 5 wagons now. When I first started, I had 2 wagons. These are the smaller ones that I had originally. But when I went to visit my son, he had this wagon. It's a deep wagon, deep and wider. So I just purchased 2 more. I got 3 now. And I can actually get 6 crates of bars in one wagon, 6 of them. And then I can also take 2 bags and put it on top of that. I can't do that with my small wagons. I'm going to keep the small wagons for my buddies. But for those of you who are working events and you want to really quickly get in and out without making a whole lot of trips back and forth, those wagons are everything. They are, especially the big ones. But I just want to tell you guys, oh, something else. And after closing my event, I always put my order forms in a little bag like this. So what you do after the event is everything, guys. Not just during the events. Now, what you do during events is something key too, because you want to meet people. Okay? So what you do there is also big because you want to make those connections. You want to stand up. You don't want to sit down. You want to stand up and talk to people and greet them. Make them feel like they're welcome. And you want to make sure you set your booth up so they feel like they're welcome to come in. I always have a table out front. Always have a table out front, guys. You want those diffusers to be out front because if you set it up like a U and those diffusers in the back somewhere, you're going to have a struggle of a time getting people in there. I know this because I've set my booth up like that before and I have to work too hard getting them in. They don't think they can come in. So I don't want them to have to work hard to get in. So I always have a table out front with my diffusers out front. So as they walking by, they can see it and touch it, smell it, and feel it, okay? So then I got their conversation. I got the conversation going on with them. So after you made all these marvelous connections, go live at your events, take pictures, even take pictures of the products individually, separately, not to say you got them on hand. You cannot do that. But take pictures so that you can have them for later to post on Facebook. Real pictures. Even my team members, I tell them, look, go do a photo session here at the event. So you can go back on your Facebook page and show the actual product so you can direct people to the website to buy it. So for those of you that don't have products on hand, if you work with somebody at a booth and they got products, do a selfie. Do a photo session with what they got on hand. So you can actually show these products so people can see all the various things that Scentsy has, okay? But right here, what you want to do is go into your workstation, put your customer's information in there, the email, the cell phone number in your workstation. If you are subscribed to Project Broadcast, put that in there, and you can create a tag. Create a tag assigned to that event. For all my events that I work, I create a tag. So whenever I go there, I can do a big blast and send it out there to them at one time in a text. So I even do tags for my online orders and my neighborhood orders. But guys, and also make sure you have your QR code to direct people to your VIP group. You want to make sure that before you work all your events, you have a list to go by so you can make sure you don't forget anything. It's important to have everything there you need, the basic things. You know, like electricity, your stands, things like that, your tables, your chairs. Make sure you have all that written down because those are important. And I always like to get a corner booth. I do because I like to have where I can catch a crowd of people coming on this side and also in the front. All those are very important. So guys, I just wanted to kind of go recap some of the things with you that took place at my event. And you know, even if I have kids there with buddies, I ask the parents, can I take a picture? And I ask them, I haven't had one to say no yet. And I'll tell them I have an album. I like to put them in my album. But showcasing these beautiful pictures with your customers is huge. And you know, I always have these conversations again with my customers, and I make them feel like it's okay to share this with me. They know that they know my heart. People know your heart, guys. They can sense you when you're genuine. They know this. So I just want to tell you, doing all these things, also make sure you have prices on your warmers. I got these little wood chips that I got from Amazon. I put that on there because so many times you get busy, you may not have time to tell them. And if you got boxes out there, get your little sticker and put the price on there so people can see it. They don't have to keep asking you, well, how much is this? How much is that? So, but anyway, guys, take care. But go out there and meet some new people, guys. If you can't get out, if you're not in a position to get out and work events, you can do something virtually. You can actually do a live event on Facebook, but you can only have one of each item. If you do a live event on Facebook, you could totally do something like that. So, okay, guys, I think that's all for now. And I will be checking with you guys a little later. Happy Saturday. Love you guys. Goodbye.